Alright, y'all, welcome to this episode. On this episode, we're going to tear down this L8t junkyard motor and get it ready to be a 2,000 horsepower drag race motor. Well, street strip, whatever you want to call it. Anyway. I got the boys here. They're about to go back to school after their Christmas and New Year's break. But for now, they're going to help me tear this down. I know Landon's helped me a good bit on some motors before, but I think this might be Mason's first time actually tearing one down, getting his hands dirty, and hands on some tools. So we're going to see how that goes. Also, in case y'all are wondering, this is, I don't want to say new shop, because it's definitely not a new shop. We're doing things out of here now, but this is an old shop. This is actually where it basically started 20 years ago doing stuff. Some of y'all might know where this is. Some of y'all might have never seen it before. This is my old man's shop, and it hasn't really been messed with since the flood in 2016. And the past month, I've really been trying to get it cleaned up and back in here. It was bad. There was stuff everywhere, stuff that hadn't been touched from the flood. We moved a lot of it out to the other side. We threw a lot of it away, some to the scrap. Floors are still dirty, walls are still dirty. Got to clean those off. Got the lift up. Got toolboxes and stuff here. I still got a long ways to go. Got the CNC over there. Got to try and get going. Got the mill over there. Got the lathe. Oh, fridge still works. That's good. Let's see. Got the old 90s posters. You know, you got to have those. I still got to clean this shelf off. And a bunch of old small block, big block stuff. Got to get that squared away and cleaned up. Need to get this old 4th gen out of here and in one of the other rooms so I can have the room to work in here. Then I'm probably going to move the dyno and put it right here in the ground. So if any of y'all want to give me a hand getting some of this reorganized and cleaned up and trade for some dyno time when I get it there, y'all just let me know. Let's see, what else? If any of y'all know some good cheap counters to put on top of here and get this old rubber out, let me know. I need to get that done, or at least get the rubber off and get everything cleaned up before I actually put one of these motors together. Only doing this now because we need to get it apart so we can get a plan together, see if it's good, and it's all going to be used dirty parts on it for right now. Hopefully we'll finish this intake up this week. We had to do port injection on it. If y'all can't tell, it's an LT intake. Had to add the port injection on it, and we're adding dried nitrous. Had to wait on a couple fittings, which should be here today, that we're missing out of the kit. But we're going to go ahead and get the rails up here and bend the lines for the dry nitrous, get the solenoid for the purge and all that mounted, and that should be ready to go on the car, clean it all up real good. If so, then maybe we'll get the car over here next week, get it on there and get it fired up for the first time. It's been a good minute, so we got to get that done. Got the old TIG welder over here with the chip food signature on it from SEMA of 2016 after the flood. Then also, if y'all wondering, we got this 5.0 truck coming apart. It broke a tooth on the cam gear. Well, crank sprocket, my bad. But I'll have to show you that. It's been sitting in the weeds for a little bit. And we also got to do some rear suspension stuff to it. So knock that out and get this thing back on the road and running. Y'all seen this in previous videos from years ago. Low 10 seconds, daily driven truck, low boost, like 10 pounds or so. But we're going to put studs on it since we're getting it apart and all that. And hopefully he can go to a smaller pulley and make some more horsepowers. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started on taking this thing apart. So I already got some bags labeled for what we know we need to keep and be organized with. Not necessarily the oil pump. Or, well, wrong one, that's the oil pan. Not necessarily the oil pump. We'll keep it organized just in case we want to have it. But this should not be going back on. and I will show y'all the plan on what we're gonna do with this thing. But first, let's get it apart. All right, first, hold up, buddy. Look at the. All right, first we're gonna start with the front cover because it's already got half the bolts out. So we're gonna let Mason go ahead and zip those out real quick and see how he does. Look, these bolts right here, dude. Start right there. Right there. Bottom. There you go. You got hold it on there, dude. Yeah, I'll help you.
It's hard.
All right, squeeze. Harder. Squeeze it. There you go. That's good. All right, now take that and give it to Bubba. Go to the next one.
Just push it in there and click a button.
All right. Good job. Next one. Keep on coming. Keep coming with it. All right. Next one. Oh, that one's already half out for you. All right. Next one. Keep doing it. You'll know.
Don't show the whole
Boom. All right. Good job. Next one. Are you gonna hand that to Bubba?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take it and hand it to Bubba.
Alright.
All right. Next one.
This one's much easier.
All right. Hand it to Bubba. Oh, you dropped it. All right. Those are already missing, but guess what? There's the bottom ones ain't there either. So this is ready to come off. You ready to pop it off? Look, right here. You can stick it right here. Look, turn it now. Turn it over. Right there. All right. Now push. Oop. All right, you gotta get ready to catch it though. Go catch it. Don't let it fall. Oh, I forgot we got that to unplug, which is fine. We'll let it hang and we'll get the oil pan in a second. All right. Yep, it's okay. All right, now we traded people out. Now Landon's gonna go ahead and buzz the oil pan off, and Mason's gonna hold the bag. So go ahead and get all these bolts. All right, now we can unhook this. Oh, the oil pump's not even bolted up. Look at that. So, wonder where the oil pump bolts are. Again, it don't matter, but just take this all off of there as one. None of this is going back on. We will need the camera sensor and all out of it, but that's not going back on. Make sure we keep this. We're gonna buzz these valve covers off real quick. basically hand tight. So, I'm gonna let Landon do the next.
What?
Ooh, she's filthy.
Go use the crowbar.
This. Ooh, look at that. Well, good thing we're gonna get all this cleaned up. The main thing is to make sure the block is good. We're gonna use, if we can, the plan is to use the block, use the crank, and possibly use the heads, but obviously with a lot of work done. So that's the plan. As long as we got a good block, good crank, and good heads, we're golden. Main thing is as long as we got good block, because the deal we got for this thing, even if the crank was bad or the heads were bad, we still come out clear versus buying a new one of these blocks. So that's the main thing. But out of all of those three things, if we could get all three, even better. So we're gonna hop over and I'm gonna let Landon take this head off. All right, it's Landon's turn to go ahead and do the head bolts. All right, look, all these, and then all up here, but this one on this side is a different type of bolt. So do all these, and when it's time for do that one, I'll set you up with that.
There you go.
All right, set it down.
Ow.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you need to. All the valves look the same color for the most part. Maybe that one's a little off. Let's see. Yeah, she's filthy. All right, let's we'll go ahead and get the lifter trays and lifters out on both sides. We'll go ahead and get the phaser off and the cam out. Then we'll roll her over and we'll start knocking pistons out. How's that sound? Both sides.
What's these?
Now we're gonna hold on to these bolts. Forgot about that.
These are good.
These are the little bolts that you don't ever think about until it's time
To use them.
to put it together, and you're like, oh no, we ain't got no lifter tray bolts. Which I usually keep new ones on hand just in case, but still. Now whether or not we use lifter trays when this thing goes back together, we'll determine later, but slippers actually don't look too bad. If any of y'all want a set, a used set. No, I'm just kidding. Never do that. It's trash. But no signs of anything major on them. It's good. Got one over here that's kind of hard to get out, but I'm also just trying with my hand, so I'll try it again. Oh, there it goes. Came out that time. All right, next is camshaft. Cam retainer time. Yeah, we unbolted the rear cover before it went on the stand, because obviously it's a little harder once it's on the stand. But Yeah, so don't look at them cam bearings. Y'all know about that. Tensioner or dampener or to the block because of this thing is going to get external oil pump. Here, we'll put that in there with that. As long as it fits, it ships. Alright. Alright, I don't know where the crank bolt is and don't feel like digging for one. So we're just gonna use the balancer on the edge of it to spin the crank real quick. Alright, I'm gonna loosen these up and Landon's gonna come catch these pistons.
Okay.
Right, yeah, pull it out. Alright, all the rod bearings and stuff look great, so now we're gonna bust the main caps off and get the crank out and see how the mains look. Alright, main? But these main bearings look great.
Even this main bearing.
That looks fine on the truss. So that's good. Alright, we'll go ahead and pull the piston squirters out. And we gotta pull the drive for the high pressure fuel pump out, and that won't be going back in. This should be a port only. All right, she's apart, and I don't see anything majorly wrong. I'm gonna flip her over in a second and look at the bores, which, I mean, even from this side, they don't look bad, and it's gonna get overboard, so that don't matter if they had a little scratch or something, as long as they don't have any damage, which I don't see nothing. But yeah, that looks great. I'm about to measure the journals on the crank, which it should be fine, but we're gonna check it. All right, now we're about to measure the journals, and we're gonna start with the mains. And they should. Got a 2558 on number 1, which is usually what they measure. About the same, 2558. little 2558. So we got 2558 all across, which is what we want. It's a little bit smaller than what I normally get by 1,000. So I usually get 2559, which that's fine. It'll be a high horsepower motor, so we want to loose anyway. So now let's come back over here and we're going to measure the rod journal. Let's get it in the ballpark first. It should come up around 2099, 2098. So we shall see. What we got? We got 209, 8.5. They all measure out where they need to be, give or take. We'll go ahead and probably get a little polish done on here anyway. It's gonna obviously have to be balanced for the new rods and pistons.
You did that one.
But yeah, it's all looking good. All right, y'all, that's all the way apart. I think we got us a good deal on that. I don't really want to say what we paid for it because it was a good price. At least I believe it was a good price. I would have got it for myself if this person didn't get it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start getting a parts list together. I already have a general idea of what I do know works from previous builds, what should work, and might even try a few little things here and there. But a little summary on it, it's gonna be the stock crank, stock block, stock heads, good rods, good pistons. Won't tell y'all which ones yet because we're still deciding on that. I pretty much know which ones, but I'm gonna look at a few other options real quick and get with the owner and see what he wants to do too as far as maintenance goes and goal of the car. The heads, I'm not gonna take them apart right now. They're kind of dirty. Don't want stuff scattered everywhere. Like I said, I'm still in the process of cleaning up in here, but we needed to get this apart and make sure we're working with something good. Those will get taken and they will get ported, new intake valves, titanium valves, and we'll put the springs on, you know, all the good stuff. The motor will be, I'd like to see it dry sump, but it ain't gonna be dry sump. But it is gonna be external oil pump because this thing will be seeing some RPM, probably 8,500-ish will be shift points. But we'll play that by ear and go from there. What else? This thing's going. I wish I could show y'all what car it's going in or tell y'all what car it's going in. But it's a no time car. So let's just say it should be pretty fast in the type of racing it does. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's number one. I mean, that's my goal. But anyway, it should be very fast, very competitive. Most off it is, I will say this, I will give y'all a hint on the car. It does have 4 wheels, 4 tires, has 2 seats, whether or not that's factory option or by choice. It is an automatic, does have gears, I'm not telling you how many. What else? It is IRS, give y'all that much. But other than that, y'all are gonna have to guess the rest. Obviously this is gonna be forced induction, it's gonna be a turbo, probably a single. I'm not gonna tell y'all what size or any of that yet, but we will be building all of that right here somewhere. Whole turbo setup right in here, and front end stuff and wire and fuel, so on and so forth. Probably be on the 85, keep it like that. But yeah, anyway, y'all stay tuned, and I'll show y'all the whole build on this, tips and tricks that we do know how to do. Been doing this for X amount of years, and show y'all how to build a 2,000 horsepower motor out of a junkyard LT. It's fairly easy, easier than the LS. I will say this car started off as an LS, but now it's going to be LT because of how much easier or cheaper it is to build a 2,000 horse LT, in my opinion, on the way I like to do things. So yeah, anyway, like, subscribe, share, and y'all follow in on this, and a bunch of more racing coming this year, and to see what the new little shop area turns out. So